Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to the video. This is a video I had over on my personal channel. I recorded like 6-7 months ago, but now I'm bringing it over to the Launch Socials channel. It's something very important that I want you guys to watch. It's about the 3 pieces of any successful brand, and I basically did a case study about how we got a client to 290K a month in sales. The full thing is broken down in this video. Hope you enjoy and stick around for the full thing. So I started with this client back in 2020. There's a couple parts to this, right? There's part one. There's kind of this like weird like middle part where not a lot of stuff happened, and then there's part two where we scaled them again to very similar numbers. This is when I was running my Instagram agency at the time. We did stuff like shout outs, we did content for people. This is like pre IG Reels. This is like when IG Reels is like kind of there, but it wasn't really like a big thing yet. This brand was at about 90K in revenue, posting a lot of IGTV stuff, posting a lot of infographic stuff. This was a trading brand, right? So this is middle of the pandemic. And mind you, middle of the pandemic with a trading brand, selling a $397 course. They were just cleaning up without having a full system on point. And we really helped complete that system. And then we just grew them quickly to almost 300K a month by November of 2020. Look at this line right here. They plateaued at a roughly 90K a month. They brought on a new employee and put their face on the page roughly in this range, right? And you can see that shot up, boom, leg up. We didn't do that. I'm not going to take credit for that, right? But this plateau here was caused by them not having traffic on point. They already had content on point. They had a bit of a sales system on point, but they didn't have traffic. And these are really your 3 key things. First one is content, okay? Second one is traffic, people actually going to see your content, actual eyeballs on your page, your content, and stuff in general. And then sales system, because you can have all the traffic and all the content in the world, but if you don't have a system or a product to turn some of these people, or as many of these people as possible, into an actual paying customer, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money on the content and traffic. And that's something that took me forever to realize. Now, you need all 3 of these on point for a organic social media brand on any platform, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, any of these platforms for this to work, right? So you need your content on point. This brand already had content on point, great. You need a sales system that's on point, great. This brand already had somewhat of a sales system on point. The founder was answering all the DMs at this point. But it is somewhat of a sales system that is working currently. So we just left it be. But you also need a third thing. You need traffic, right? To scale past the kind of organic numbers, you can put traffic on top of content that is already working, right? You can send more people to it. And that's exactly what we did with my IG theme page network. We basically ran shoutouts and grew them to about 290K a month from 95K a month in that June-ish area, right? So we started at the end of July. You can see this is all. The only thing that changed here is more traffic was added to the already working content and already working sales system in a time during the pandemic lockdown stuff where people were very hungry for day trade. Now, how do we actually ideate? How do we what do shoutouts look like, right? So imagine this is their brand and the content here is on point. I'm going to give them a check. The content on their Instagram page is on point. They're posting 2-3 times a day. Great infographics, super engaging. The faces on the page. They're teaching people. People actually like the content. Great. It's in the algorithm. Amazing. They're growing somewhat organically from it. All we did was we took already working pieces of content, right? So let's say from this, we grabbed the 10, 20 best pieces of content, right? And what we did is we had an advantage, right? Because we run multiple other clients. We run our own theme pages, stuff like that. We placed them, we bought in bulk and placed this new client on these theme pages and just drove traffic from these theme pages, using their already working content on the theme pages as, pieces of, whatever, just like eye-catching stuff like that, and said, hey, go follow us at our main page, right? And we drove all that traffic back to here, and that's when the growth started happening, right? And it was that final missing piece for them. right? They already had the content, they already had the sales system, and we just added the traffic. And there's not much to show you here, guys, in regards to pieces of content, because the content's 3 years old. It wouldn't be helpful, it wouldn't work anymore, but just so you know, it still works as the same strategy. You post here, you grow organically, you find your best pieces of content that are working, and then you place them on bigger pages. You can do this, with Twitter retweets. You can do this on the YouTube community tab. You can do this on Instagram shoutouts. You could probably do it on TikTok too. You place those best pieces of content that are working on the pages, and you have the pages send traffic back to you. Hey, go follow for more content like this. Boom, done. That's exactly how you grow. Now, that's only going to work. This piece is only going to work, and it only worked for these guys right here. It only worked for these guys because this was already on point, and they only got the sales because this was already on point. Now, you're probably asking, okay, this is phase 1. You got them to 290K a month, but the sales look like they're going down here, and that's just when I took the screenshot, right? I think they finished December at like 200K as well. But the question here is like, okay, sales went down, and you said there's a phase 2. After all this happened, after we crush it for them, we get them to about 300K a month. They're absolutely doing amazing, at the end of 2020. This kind of middle period happened before we scaled them again. And this is when the founder wanted to remove himself from the business. The brand lost trust, and sales went down because they stopped trying to push, and that trust was lost. So on this diagram, right, these 3 pieces, what actually happened? What happened is the traffic was still there, and we were still driving traffic, just like I talked about, right? We're still driving all of this traffic, but the problem is the content was no longer on point. You started to bring in people that were on the team, that were on, just part of the business, but they didn't have the content acumen that he had, right? So the camera work, the lessons, the actual just his personality on camera was gone. And there's someone there or multiple people there that the audience didn't trust, and they weren't integrated the right way. They were integrated within like a month, right? They weren't really introduced. And the problem that happened is the content was no longer on point, and the traffic we were driving here just left. No one really cared, right? They just left because the content wasn't good. And what also happened is he wanted to remove himself from the sales system. He didn't want to be in the DMs anymore. Rightfully so. He shouldn't have been in the DMs at the beginning. But he was replaced in the wrong way. He was replaced too fast. Within a week, he's out, and someone new is in that doesn't understand it and doesn't really get what is going on with the DMs. And the sales system was broken because they're not pushing the offer, and the traffic is coming in, but the content isn't able to convert anyone really organically anymore. So we had 2 broken pieces of this actual system while the one was working. What happens from here? Basically, it gets super bad to the point where this revenue drops to maybe 100K, then 80, then 70, and then 40 at its lowest per month. I think that was in April or May of 2021. Now, what happened is I went and sat down with him, and we scale phase 2. Got him to put his face back on the page. The brand regained trust. We fixed the DMs, and we also fixed the offer, right? And we did a big launch of a paid Discord community July 15th, 2021, and we grew it to about roughly 200K a month alongside the course sales. So he was somewhere in the 250 to 300-ish range per month, and then we stopped working together. Let's explain exactly what happened in this scenario. The traffic remained the same. We were using all of that really good content from before. We already knew worked. It's already proven. These ads work. They get sales. They get followers, etc. That is still running. Great. So we still have traffic. Now, what did we do? We refixed the content. We put his face back on the page. We gave him the video ideas. Our team started editing it. Our team started making the infographics. Our team started making all of the content, posting all the content, and we took control of that, right? So we got this on point. We got this on point. Great. Now we have an audience that is actually ready to buy. And we turned this around within a month. And really what we did is we just restructured the product. We had the Discord. We had the course. You can upsell between the two, right? Upsell between those two, and it went from 40K a month from course sales. Boom, we launch, and we're able to get them to 200, 250K a month, like relatively fast, because every part of the business is on point again. And it was easy to turn it around within a month because they were just one small change on each of these away, right? On traffic, that first time, the one small change was we just need to get this stuff posted on other pages. Boom, we just need to just like tell people that you exist. Simple, done, because the content's already working. On this part, it was literally just put his face back on the page. Done. On this part, it's, okay, let's just restructure the offer, restructure our fulfillment, right? And we'll do DMs properly, and we'll do stories properly. Like, it's just a formula at that point. It's just, boom, plug the pieces in, and you're good. Because they already had 300K followers on Instagram. The lesson from this video is that you need all three of these on point. The first time, they had content and sales, and they didn't have traffic. Boom, we got the traffic on point. They went to 300K a month, like instantly, overnight. Those three things had to be on point, and you could see it was just that small tweak that changed it. And then this brand was successful, and then two of these pieces ended up going missing, right? And it was just about putting these pieces back into place alongside the traffic for it to restart and get back to the numbers that it should have been doing all along. And you guys can do the exact same thing. So if you're growing a brand, you got good content, and you have a product to sell, you better develop your sales system, know your product in and out, make sure you can actually sell it, and then dump some traffic on it and start growing, because that might be the missing piece, right? You really just need to give a 360 bird's eye view of it and look at it. Do I have all three pieces, yes or no? Because if you have these three pieces on point and perfect, it's going to work. You're going to make sales, you're going to make money, you're going to get followers. This will work for Instagram, this will work for Twitter, this will work for YouTube, this will work for any social media platform if you're selling an info product or like a service business or Discord or any coaching course, etc. This is the strategy that we use over and over and over again to do it. We've been doing this since 2021, 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, now 2022, and into 2023. It's ever evolving, but this is roughly the structure and how it works. If you guys did enjoy it, I just appreciate if you drop a subscription down below. Maybe drop a comment if you have any questions, and I will answer it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.